before I tighten it down, I'm sort of see where it is. Do a little bit more that way. That looks good. This is trial and error, you know. Excuse me. Wipe my brow, it's humid. Keep doing this, again, like I said, with my remaining 2 pieces of cordage. Double it back on itself. Get the ends even. Do an overhand knot, just kind of roughing it out for now, getting on the line, then I'll adjust it next to the other ones I have done. And there's a lot of different ways you can make this sort of paracord bottle holder. It's pretty much, you know, your imagination can run wild. That's what's great about doing a lot of these skills, is that there's no one right way to do this. You know, there's a lot of different knots, there's different methods for weaving, tying, lashing, all that you can pretty much use your imagination to do it anyway, because the principle is the same. You want something that's going to wrap around the bottle and the holes aren't going to be big enough for the bottle to fall through. I got my last piece of cordage here. Do my overhand knot, just roughly in the line, and then I'll fine tune it once I get it next to the other ones. The distance I need. Sort of eyeball at this point. I'll bring up the other ones I've done, so to pull it tight. I'm pretty happy with that. Now I'm going to do a little rough fit on top of the bottle. And basically this is what the bottom is going to look like. These 4 are going to be spread out, the knots are going to be off the thing, and it should sit flush. Now the next step is, let me see, I got it right here. Now I'm going to have to tie around this bottle, and this cordage is really slipping on this bottle. So what I came up with for myself is I'm going to tie a taut line loop in this nice piece of nylon cordage that's holds really well to help fasten this to the bottle till I can get working on it, make some knots. So I'm going to do a taut line real quick on this. Oh shucks. That's rain, boys. Let's move to the tarp. You want this audio? Alright, so you can hear we're getting dumped on right now. I hope it's not too loud. I hope you can hear me. We brought shop inside. We're going to finish the water bottle project, the water bottle holder project. We got a little rigging up with a cell phone light right now. A little ingenuity, if you will. But where I left off was I have the ring that's going to go on the bottom, and I have my 4 lengths, equal lengths. That's going to sit like this. This is going to be the bottom of the holder. It should work. It should work. But the next step I was trying to get into was that I want to tie a taut line that's going to help pinch this to the bottle. You could use tape if you're doing this at home, but I got cordage here. I'm going to try to do it with everything you can do. You know, if you're out in the bush, if you want to, all that good stuff. Do a taut line. And on this particular cordage, it doesn't really want to seat itself that nice, so I'm going to put it around the bottle to sort of help tighten it up. That's basically what I'm going to use it for, is just to go around the bottle like that. Now I have that, I'm going to back it off a little bit. This is sort of a little bit of finicky work now. This next step is to sort of get this kind of positioned how you want it. So basically I'm going to center this on the bottle, kind of have these even. It's a little bit, like I said, a little bit of finicky work. I'm going to take my taut line, put this around, and I'll get you a little better camera angles once I get it to where I need it, because it is kind of fine work, if you will. So basically what I've done is I've taken this taut line and I've used it to work around right under these knots to help keep this in place, because it's important to keep this in place right now. And I can take this off, but I need this to stay on this part of the bottle. And I want it even. I want these even, before even. And once I'm happy with that, now I can start doing all the overhand knots to actually sort of make the main body. Open this up to my hand in it, and sort of make this main body. This is the next step. I'm going to get all these knots. And to start doing that, I have over here. I have this knot and this knot. And I'm going to take the two inside pieces to each other. I'm going to tie an overhand knot pretty close down to here. And again, this is some trial and error. You're going to have to tie it and sort of work it down to make it even. Coming down, tell you what. Woo-wee. And this step's kind of important, that you want to make sure this knot's going to be even in between these two, because when this pulls, you want it to be even on each other. You don't want this space too big. Alright, that looks pretty good. Should work. I'm going to move over to the next one. Take the two pieces of the quarters from the knots that are inside of each other and do another overhand knot. I'm just going to keep repeating this process over and over, and that's what sort of forms the triangles. Move around, and this is sort of considered the first row. One more for the first row. Lost myself for a second. And this goes a little bit quicker and sometimes a little bit easier, but every time I do something on camera, I have to be really conscious to make sure I'm getting a good angle and that I'm get a good angle to show you how to do this. You, the viewer, and people who are watching this who want to learn. Okay, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. I'm going to keep repeating this process and move on to, quote, the second row. Sort of giving it a little bit of a stretch to see where it's going to pull, how even it is. You don't have to be super perfectionist at this point. As long as this is small enough, this is small enough the bottle won't slip through. It looks pretty good. I'm alright with that. You could sit around and play with this all day, literally, to make this, quote, perfect, but there's a fine line between good enough getting the job done and also making sure, you know, it's, quote, perfect. Bring that one down a little bit smaller. This is pretty much the same thing that happened last time, Stony. We were at this exact spot trying to get videos. Luckily we had tarps both times. Gonna keep repeating this process, row after row, knot after knot, until I get up to the shoulder of the vessel, or my water container.